Pampanga, number 10, Ian Sangalang. Head coach for Magnolia is Chito Victolero. And now the starters for the Raiders Shine Elasto Painters. A 5'10 guard from Quezon City, number 8, Anton Asistio. A 6-foot guard from Apol, Misamis Oriental, number 6, Ray Nambatak. A 6'5 center from Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu, number 25, Leonard Santillan. A 6'5 forward from Borongan, Eastern Samar, number 15, Jewel Ponferrada. And a 6'3 forward from Florida Blanca, Pampanga, number 7, J.V. Mocon. Head coach for Raider Shine is Chris Gavina. Our referees for this game, Sherman Pineda, Mike Flordaliza, Jerry Narandan, and Francis Pelio. This game is held under the supervision and regulation.
Take a look at the starters for Magnolia and Rainer Shine. Baroka and Misi, Sangalang, Corpus, and Rome de la Rosa for Magnolia. Asistio, Nambatak, Jewel Ponferrada, Leonard Santillan, and J.V. Mocon for Rain or Shine. Coach, it feels like Coach Chito Victolero is trying to shake things up a bit with the starting lineup here.
Well, he has the luxury to change things lineups, but he always likes to play 3 big. And it's a surprise that Misi starts. So he's also trying to find the temperament of his players, especially Misi, to give him more confidence in playing.
Well, the tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, and we are off. First possession for Magnolia, not going the way they want. But if you are scouting the Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok right now and you have the tools of Rain or Shine, Coach, where do you attack?
I'd probably zone Magnolia because they're 3 big, and hopefully that they don't shoot the 3 just to try it. And then if they bring 3 guards, then I'll go back to my man-to-man. And of course, I try to pick my strength, like Ian Sangalang will be a strength inside the post.
Nambatak misses his first shot of the game, and with a short shot clock, Magnolia Hotshots will try to find some comfort in a defense that is designed to make every team uncomfortable. Sangalang moving things around now with Mark Baroka. Baroka, Corpus, thought about it. Shot clock winding down. Back to Corpus inside, and Rain or Shine defending well to start, Coach.
Well, Rain or Shine, that's what the Coach Gabina is saying, that they want to be a defensive team. And they're doing that. They only average, their opponent's average is like 75 to 76 points a game. The problem is they only score 74 points a game. So they need to find a way to score in the 80s because they know that they can stop their opponents in scoring into the 80s.
Shifting things around now. First points on the board there for Rain or Shine. And Don Asistio getting it done. So the question is, can Magnolia find a scoring groove against arguably one of the best defensive teams here in the PBA so far? Baroka, now Sangalang. Extended jumper, that's good.
Ian Sangalang.
Well, that's good, Ian Sangalang. You know, if he can develop the 15-foot jumper, then he'll be an awesome player because we know that he can be a force inside the paint.
Brada hits that out now. Back to Asistio. Extended jumper, no good. And rebounding, that was one of the key points that we had to discuss here when talking about Rain or Shine. As Rain or Shine gets the ball from beyond the arc. Leonard Santillan showing the range.
I'd like to see Santillan develop more because he was a dominating player in college for LaSalle. He can post up. He's a face-up player than he is more than a back to the basket. So I'd like to see him more develop his game. He's kind of having a hard time right now, but I'm sure with more confidence and playing time, he'll be able to help Rain or Shine.
Well, he's still counted as one of the younger players in the league, so there is a lot more time for that. And Misi to Sangalang finding Corpus. Corpus push shot, no good. And Rain or Shine defensively clicking in gear here so far. Nambatak kicks that out. And the push shot on the other end, no good at all. And that should be a violation.
He used to make that kind of shot, that push shot that he said. Santillan shoots that shot, Balti shoots that shot. and they can make it. It's a hard shot, but they can convert that shot.
It feels like it's becoming more in vogue right now with some big men and some wings. And let's see whether or not we see more of that here. Sangkalang, such a smooth operator inside.
Yeah, that's their go-to play for Ian Sandalan. He usually runs that off the timeout. Now they run it during a set play, and he gets a lot of baskets with that play. So teams that play Magnolia, they should anticipate that because they very seldom straight post Ian Sandalan. They do, but they like to run the backpick play first.
Trying to find Santillan inside, but loses the handle. Just a 1-point lead here for Rain or Shine on Misi. They go to Sangkalang again, trying to get him going early. And when he goes to the left, it's normally dangerous, but not that time. Shot from beyond the arc, no good. As Rain or Shine, at least on the offensive end, coach, not much flow when as they try to operate there. Corpus offensive rebound, still no good, and a chance now for Rain or Shine to slow things down.
Yeah, that's why Rain or Shine has to find some type of what you said, like a flow on the offense, because I think 74 points a game on an average offensively cannot get it done. It's hard to stop the stronger teams to score less than 74 points or 74 points in a given game. It's really going to be difficult. Like for example, Magnolia scores 90 points in a given game. So it's hard because they're really so offense-oriented or so many weapons to keep them somewhere in the 85s or somewhere in the 85s. So Rain or Shine has to find a way to score a little bit more.
Off the mark again, talking about Rain or Shine and scoring, but Calvin Abueva checking in, and such a luxury for Coach Chito having the beast come off the bench for him. And Misi thought about it, goes inside, gets his own miss, and he's still under duress, but Magnolia can set things up again. Off the little pick and roll, and great hands for Mocon, and he will finish it with a slam.
That's good anticipation by Mocon because they were slide showing or caging the ball pick, and weak side shoot to steal the ball.
Of course, JV Mocon has been one of the more consistent players for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters.
Yep, JB Mocon, talking about him. He's an all-around player. He's like a jack of all trades. He can do anything. He can pass the ball. He can rebound. He can defend. He knows what's happening on the court. So he's such an efficient player for Coach Davina.
Actually, I have one more compliment for him, but we'll talk about him once he does something amazing again later on. But at the moment, Rain or Shine still trailing a 3-point lead, and Magnolia with a chance to tie with the 3 or trim it down to 1. They go for the 3 with Rome de la Rosa. That is in and out, but Ian Sangkalang misses the bunny. Ambata driving by himself will go to line to shoot 2. And coach, so far, take a look at Mocon. So I think this is a great time to bring up what I was talking about. He leads his team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. He is the only player in the PBA to lead a team in all those categories. So in terms of scoring, 12 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 3.8 assists per game, and 1.5 steals per game.
Well, I'm pretty sure with those statistics, he's playing a lot of minutes. He'll probably be one of the high minutes for a player because a coach would want always that type of player that can give you a little bit of everything. And JB Mocon is one of those players. And I'm sure that any team would have a luxury to have one of those types of players leading you in all those statistics for your team.
Of course, those stats are courtesy of our resident statistician, Sir Fidel Monon. Thank you very much for that tidbit. And stepping on the line there, and Rain or Shine really out to get it. You can see the hustle in all their players. 9-4 is the count here, and you're the halfway point of the first quarter. And the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters will try to continue this groove. This time out is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome back to the Deep Sioux Gym in Bacolor, Pampanga. The Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok looking a bit sluggish to start things off, Coach. And you mentioned it on the break that maybe a bit of a lack of energy levels for the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. And it could change with introduction of Calvin Abueva and Gio Halalon.
Yes, Gio Lalon should be able to up-tempo the game, pressure the ball carrier so he can up-tempo, change the tempo of the game. And so will Calvin Abueva where they can play a faster type of tempo and more pressure defense. Then you have also Paul Lee now, who's a terrific scorer. And so a change of lineup might change the tempo or demeanor of Magnolia.
Paulie almost made you look so good there, Coach, when you were mentioning the scoring, that shot going in and out, but an offensive rebound there for Magnolia keeps it on their end of the court. Paulie finding Calvin Abueva. Now Gio Halalon. It feels like every time you play rain or shine, you have to think twice about the defense that they're showing. They showed like two different schemes there in that one possession rather.
You're exactly right. Coach Cabina likes to zone the baseline. He wants sometimes to zone the sideline. Just so as that their opponent can't run their normal baseline out of bounds or sideline out of bounds just to look for something. He might even change up to man after zoning just to do some tricky defense.
About defense. Take a look at that. Gabe Norwood all over Paul Lee. Calvin Abueva kicking out to the corner. De La Rosa. That is no good. Rain or shine, they're getting the stops, but can they pad on to their lead? That has been the question. Mocon finding Borboran. He pulls up for the shot. That is no good.
Rain or shine has been missing a lot of shots, but Magnolia is not taking advantage of those. They're missing shots and they're not attacking the basket as much as they used to, as much as they should. Like that, they should attack the basket, because they're big and shooting from the outside is falling into the game plan of Rain or Shine.
Just a bit of an overpass there from the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, and Calvin Abueva making Coach Jong look very good. If you attack the basket, you'll get the points. Not that time though. As Rain or Shine will get a foul called for them. Calvin Abueva with infraction. Slow scoring game here so far, Coach, and you have to feel that if this tempo continues, this may be in the favor of the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters.
Yes, you're correct. If this tempo keeps on for the whole game, then it's an advantage for Rain or Shine. That's why Magnolia has to force the tempo by pressuring like this, and see where they can get easy points. The lower the score is, the more advantage it is for Rain or Shine.
James Yap now in the ball game. Obelga, he's not afraid to shoot. Not that time. Yohalalo now, and when he starts running, you know he's going to try and push, look for the forward pass, and try and initiate offense early.
That's good. That's what's good about Gio Halalon is he can up-tempo the game, but one thing that is really an advantage of Gio Halalon is he can pressure the basketball. And that will really dictate the type of game that you want to play.
Rafi Rivas giving it back to Gio. Gio came out to Abueva. Abueva force three. That is good.
Sometimes Gio might not make the right decisions, but at least he's going to be assertive on the type of offense that you want him to play and defense.
Parakot now to Bo Belgan. Kicks it out to Gabe Norwood. Gabe trying to find the man inside. Not there though.
Timeout. Rainer Shine Elasto Painters.
So Rainer Shine, as we mentioned a while ago, they were getting the stops, but offensively they were stuck in the mud. Take a look at this. Calvin Abueva hitting the triple to tie the ball game. And still a lot to work on if you're Rainer Shine on the offensive end. Can they get that done? We'll find out soon enough. Tied at 9 apiece. Take a look at the Magnolia Hotshots pambansang manok here who tied the ball game courtesy of a Calvin Abueva triple just a while ago. And Coach Chris Cabina will be concerned that they are having a problem on the offensive end as off a timeout, a turnover, and Paul Lee will try to give them the lead. Not that time.
Well, but you see, when Magnolia wants to play defense, they can play defense, and then they can attack the basket on the other end of the floor to get some easy baskets. And that's what Magnolia needs to do in this game, so that they don't play into the hands of Rain or Shine.
James Yap misses everything there, and we don't say that often, but you have to feel that once he finds his mark, sunod-sunod na yan.
Yes, that's what Coach Gabina is trying to do. Give him minutes so that he can get his game going. And you're exactly right that once he finds that range, then it's going to be hard to stop James Yap.
Paul Lee will go to the line to shoot two after the foul inside, and you have to feel that this is going to be a rock fight, Coach. Just two teams trying to bleed 4 points, trying to stop the other from getting into rhythm.
But that's what Paul Lee is doing right. He's like we said earlier, try to attack the basket, and Magnolia goes to the free throw line on an average, if I'm not mistaken, 26 times. They shoot 26 free throws a game, and that's what they should do. But they cannot do that if they are not aggressive attacking the basket. And Paul Lee is the number one aggressor attacking the basket.
He's also automatic from the stripe, and he gets that one a fall. 1 point lead only for Magnolia, and if this is going to stay a low-scoring game between the two, it should be interesting whether or not which defense is more on point at the end of the day. James Yap going inside, great feed from Belga, will shoot two himself, and they're saying that there was a basket interference and that should count.
I think the rule is if the ball is in the cylinder or thereabouts and you touch anything, part of the rim, the net, it's goaltending.
And that might be it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There was one time that happened, I'm not sure what game that was, I think Magnolia. The ball went in and Calvin Abueva tapped the ball out offensively. And I asked, wasn't the ball inside already? According to the referees, the ball should go through the net, and then you can touch already, or you put it ball back. But the ball was not through the net, so it wasn't still counted as a basket.
So they give the basket there to James Yap. He misses the bonus though. So Rain or Shine now with a 1 point lead, and that is absolutely right, Coach. Has to pass that threshold of the hoop for it to count.
But what happens if the net is long?
Yun lang. That's a problem. Like, I don't know if they're going to base it on the net or the ring.
That's right.
So Rain or Shine gets the points courtesy of James Yap. They're trying to get him going, and not that time yet. Boy, there was another turnover there from Magnolia. Very sloppy, and Gabe Norwood finishes that.
Right. But why will, I don't know. I mean, Abueva should know that Gio Halalon, because Abueva is the best court-to-court ball carrier there is. And if you give him the ball at that spot, he can go. He can dribble the ball straight to the basket.
And Calvin Abueva with another triple to tie things up. Coach, from beyond the arc, Calvin's game has started to show range.
Well, he's improved his three-point shot, which really makes him a potent offensive player now. Maybe he said, "Don't pass me for the layup, pass me for the three-point shot."
And of course, answering back, Andre Caraco, the LaSalle Green Archer, showing Coach Chris Gavina that you can have faith in me.
Yeah, you said earlier that you wanted to see Karakut be more a contributor to rain or shine, which that's good. He's being given playing time. Because in LaSalle, he was a scorer, he was a point guard, two guard, and he can play a lot of positions.
Oh, Coach, I said that selfishly kasi taga LaSalle din ako eh.
So, of course, same here.
And now another turnover for Magnolia. That started to pile up here, Coach. Is Magnolia probably a bit more frantic than what Coach Chito Victolero wants?
And that's the problem when Magnolia played NLEX. Magnolia was already in control of the game, I think. But they gave NLEX, Magnolia turned the ball over 20 times during that game. And that gave chance to NLEX to score also 94 points in regulation.
Well, a chance here for Rain or Shine to get the last points of the game. They go to Karakot. Karakot pulls up for three, and that is stopped by Lauren Brill.
And if there is anything that I'll say about Magnolia, sometimes it's their decision making that I question.
3-point lead for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters after one. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. The Rain or Shine Elasto Painters with a slight advantage over the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok in a first quarter that we can describe as defensive, Coach. That proved to be the biggest difference maker between these two teams so far.
Right, Rain or Shine, a defensive team, really very conservative on their defense, wants to stay in front of your man, and so not too much penetration for Magnolia. Magnolia, on the other hand, was defended also pretty well, but it's their offense that really, both teams really are suffering. 31% for Rain or Shine and 23% for Magnolia.
Mark Corbaran with a jumper extended, getting that to fall. So good start for Rain or Shine on the offensive end. Let's see if Magnolia can answer back. Lauren Brill, the rookie, now running the point. Oh, and clears out the defender and drains the triple.
Right, at least Lauren Brill, a rookie, but he'd rather pass the ball than score. So he's another type of player that Magnolia gets another type of player. Unlike if Paul is at the point guard, he's a scorer. Gio Lalan is also a scorer, and also Baroka is a semi-scorer. But Louis Brill is more of a passer, which gives opportunities to the other players of Magnolia.
So Jackson Corpus hit the deck a while ago. I think he may have gotten a knee from James Yap, who, when he goes up for the shot, James' legs are a bit extended sometimes, so maybe he got a bit too close, but so far, still okay.
This will be the second time that they tried to go to Ian Sangalang, like you were saying, get Ian Sangalang into the post. So at least now they know who their point of attack is on offense.
Still a 2-point lead here for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Lauren Brill, or in the pick and roll, waiting in Sangalang, goes up for a jumper himself, but no dice. Abe Norwood. Back to Big Mo Belga. Great pass, and James Yap with an easy lay-in.
Yep, really slow start for Magnolia. Still no energy. Maybe the two overtime games, is taking a toll on them a little bit. But they should shake that off and play this game like if they win today's game, they're for sure entering the quarterfinals.
Brill on the attack again. He has been aggressive in his stint here early on. Karakot. No good.
You see, like you were saying, he's been aggressive, but that's not his role in this team. His role is to facilitate and give the opportunities, scoring opportunities to Ian, scoring opportunities to Paul Lee, and you'll be a facilitator. Once you change your role into what you are needed, then that's the time that you start being inefficient.
Kickball, shot clock reset to 14 seconds. Substitutions, Mark Baroka for Paul Lee and Tomasisio for Andre Caraco.
Donacicio checks back in for Andre Caraco. Paul Lee will check out. Mark Baroka will come back in. And Magnolia need a steady hand, and I think Mark Baroka is as steady as you can get.
You're right. Coach Chito is seeing that, what's happening. No energy, no nothing. So I need to change my players every time to see who's in the right fit, right mood in today's game.
Brill. Find Ian Sangala. Ian, no good then. Jackson Corpus tried to get the offensive rebound, but ends up with rain or shine. Joe. Fouled by Brill. A bit over-eager defensively.
Fouls on 0, Lauren Brill.
And when you're a younger player, when you have younger players, coach, sometimes being a bit too handsy on the defensive end is one of the key parts of it.
Right. You have to give it to them. Just as long as they're aggressive, then it's a good sign when you're a rookie and you're aggressive. Yes, you'll make mistakes, but what the coach is looking for is somebody that is an aggressive player, and then you learn the game later on.
Mark Baroka. Handing things here for Magnolia. Finding Corpus. Corpus has a bit of time and space. No good. And Norbert Torres back in, and James Yap running down the floor and with the finish.
Well, in the offense, it was good ball movement. They got a good shot, but once a shot goes off, who's managed James Yap or who's safety so that you don't give rain or shine any layups on the other end or fast break.
Norbert trying to contain Ian Sangala. Ian went to his left, still no good. Magnolia stuck in the mud offensively. Yap, still no good for beyond the arc. Most of his buckets have been coming in through lay-ins.
I don't think Magnolia should panic just because they're shooting poorly. They're only 6 points down, and they're getting pretty good shots. They know their strength, and eventually the shot will fall in. Just as long as they play good defense, keep the game close, and when Magnolia starts running, then it will change the game.
Yeah. Going inside, and he's fouled again.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
Well, if you're Coach Chito, you do not want James Yap to get used to the sight of seeing that bucket fall. So take a look at Gabe finding James for the easy finish.
Shooting 2, James Yap.
Of course, James Yap, one of the more veteran players. If I'm not mistaken, he is the last active player from the 2004 PBA draft class.
Oh, really?
So it just goes to show his longevity,
Yep.
his love for the game, and the way he takes care of himself to be able to keep performing at this level.
Of course. I mean, he's playing like an average of, like what you said, about 25 minutes a game. And you know, at the length of his career to play 25 minutes every game is something a testament to his keeping fit.
James Yap drains the free throw, and I was speaking with Rico Merhofer recently, and he says that out of all of the players in the PBA today, the one that gets him excited is still James Yap.
Really, because he can light up the score with his 3-point shots.
And syempre yung nostalgia factor nandun rin eh. Cueva off the mark there, and Rainer Shine can push this to double-digit lead here. Conferada. Norbert Torres, he can stroke it from 3, not that time, that's short. So they have the green light, talking about Rainer Shine. It's now a case of getting the shots to fall as Mark Baroka showing everyone we need to attack.
Right, need to attack, especially if you're not shooting very well. Attack the basket, shoot from the free throw line, play better defense so you can make stops and then you can run the other end of the floor and shoot some layups. But if you're not shooting well and keep shooting jump shots, hoping that it will go in, then you're in for a long night. Unless it's Paul Lee who can really shoot the three.
So far, just for those who are wondering, yes, James Yap does average. Sorry, he averages around 15 minutes per game, but he's only played 2. And the last game he played around 25.
All right.
So he's getting there. Let's see
he's
how much
getting
he
there.
does now, right?
Yeah, two games and then slowly getting there.
Absolutely. So Magnolia still trailing Rainer Shine. Still a lot of work to do though if you are the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. Can you get your rhythm offensively? Nambata 4-3, no good. As you mentioned, Coach, it's a key for Magnolia. If you get the defensive stops, keep it close. Once your shots start falling, then you'll feel more comfortable.
So
Mark Baroka getting it done.
That's better. I mean, you attack the paint, push the tempo a little bit, get to which they did, get to a transition pick and roll to get the defense off guard. Because Rainer Shine's defense is very conservative. They're not, aggressive too. They're aggressive, but they really like to stay in front.
Baroka operating in pick and roll with Abueva.
They just like to stay in front. It's not very aggressive. They just like to stay in front.
Like they don't go for the steals.
No, they don't.
They're just delaying.
They just delay you, stay in front, challenge the jump shot. That's the way. That's the way their defense is.
At the halfway point of the second quarter, 4-point lead for the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. A frustrated Mark Baroka there, knowing that they should be getting it done. They should be finding better ways to score. Let's see if they can do that after this break. Brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome back to the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021. Take a look at how Asisio has been getting it done here for the Rainer Shine Elasto Painters. The young Atenean, only 2 points in the game though so far, but still has proven to be one of those guys that coach is relying on because he now has 4 rebounds. He's a small guard, but he's getting rebounds. He's only 5'10", and it just goes to show you that he has a lot of trust from Coach Chris Gavina.
And he knows that he's a fighter. He knows that he's not afraid to stick his nose in on those scramble plays, like get rebounds. He knows his role. He's a smart player. And so that's what Coach Gabino wants.
And he wasn't worried by the pressure there as Ponferrada gets the contact, will shoot two. And Jackson Corpus not happy with the call here. Let's take a look at that again. So Mocon feeding Ponferrada, and well, Corpus says that he was hit in the face, and based on that replay, maybe he may have a point. But regardless, the contact and the call has been made.
Yeah, but he also hit the hand, he hit the face, so maybe the referee said that better the hand than the face.
2 free throws for Jewel Ponferrada.
Bill Ponferrada looking for his first points of the game, already 3 rebounds and an assist to his name, as well as a steal. And it has been it's been a low-scoring game for both teams. And if you're the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, actually, if you're looking at the field goals, only one player has hit more than one, and that's James Yap. He's 3 of 7. The rest are either 1 of 4, that's JB Mocon, 1 of 2, that's Anton Asisio, 1 of 3, Leonard Santillan, and 1 of 2, that's Gabe Norwood. So, looking for another player to hit a bucket here, Coach. Talking about Rain or Shine.
Right, well, yeah, Rain or Shine, Magnolia really have a hard time scoring, and that really doesn't help. The turnover, you give chance for Rain or Shine to hit the 3.
Asisio, not that time. Jackson Corpus comes away with a rebound. And again, this is a question of which team can defend better and grind out the points, because that's how it's been feeling like. Gio Halalon thought about it on the attack instead. Tough look against a bigger defender, no good.
They'll make you shoot that shot every time.
Norbert going inside to Mocon. Mocon, little hook shots, no good. Well, tough going offensively, Coach. But then for those who enjoy watching defense, this is the game for you. Abueva, no good there.
Magnolia has to get the early offense right away. Early offense. Try to find the point of attack right away and then go from there. Not run the offense right away.
Gio Halalon almost took that away, but ends up winning it anyway because of his presence. And Ponferrada checking on his knee. I think he may have run into the ad boards.
Yeah, that hurts. That commercial board there, that hurts. It's hard.
It's harder than people realize. I've seen it, I've stepped on it by accident, and I'm telling you right now, that's a hard board.
It hurts.
5-point lead for Rain or Shine in a grinded out game between them and the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok.
You see the difference, Rain or Shine is happy to be in this scenario. We're good. Even if Paul Lee shot that shot, we're fine. But Magnolia should not be happy because this is not their game.
Well, if Paul Lee gets going for Magnolia, that will be a problem for Rain or Shine because, as you mentioned off the air, Coach, this Rain or Shine team defensively is very conservative. They won't really go in for, the steals, the blocks. They'll be there in front of you. And if you can shoot over that, like Paul Lee is trying to do, and he did again, that's going to be a problem.
That's right. Now when you start making those shots, then you make the defense pay.
Paul Lee, back-to-back threes to give Magnolia the lead. Chris Gavina calls for time. As we take a look at it again, Coach, there a first three followed by a second from Paul Lee, and you have to be happy if you're a Pure Foods fan.
That's right. I mean, now I see some Magnolia rhythm coming in, especially with Paul Lee. And then, hopefully the defense picks up, and then Magnolia will be on the roll.
3 goggles out for Paul Lee. Now Rain or Shine have to adjust because he is finding his range. Coach, if you are Coach Chris Gavina, how do you adjust to a player that is suddenly getting hot from beyond the arc, but you defensively, philosophically, you're conservative?
Yeah, it really depends on you. Do you wanna stick to that, or do you wanna change your philosophy only for Paul Lee? I would make Paul Lee drive rather than shoot the 3. and because he'd rather bump you and shoot the fall away fade than he wants you to take the ball to the basket. So I'd rather make him take the ball to the basket. Just don't foul him.
Almost a miscommunication there, so let's see whether or not they adapt those changes. Nampatak thought about it. Bo Belga, short shot clock. Nampatak has to shoot it. He does eventually, but no good.
You see how offense can change the demeanor of the defense? All of a sudden, they're more aggressive after just the 2 3-pointers of Foley. Now they're more aggressive. Now they have more energy.
So how do they defend Paul Lee? That is the question here. Or will they go somewhere else? Abueva kicked out to Paul Lee. Mark Barroca hits the deck. And Paul Lee shoots anyway. That almost went in. So Mark Barroca still on the floor, but Rain or Shine play on. And there's the foul to stop the play.
I didn't say exactly what happened. I know Barroca was screened by De La Rosa. He came off the screen, went to the basketball, but Calvin didn't give him the ball. So, oh!
Well, Mark Barroca bleeding.
Yep.
And obviously we're gonna check in if he is okay. Hopefully that he is.
I don't know what hit him. There was a bop on there.
And we'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the Deep Soup Gym in Bacolor, Pampanga, as we're trying to figure out the status of a Mark Barroca. As we'll take a look at what happened here. So, there it is. So, Calvin accidentally took out Mark Barroca with an elbow to the temple. And yes, he is bleeding, and they had to stop play for it. So, let us see whether or not he'll be able to return. Still attending to him there. Again, obviously an accident, especially coming from a teammate. And sometimes that's just one of the unfortunate parts of the game that, again, unintentional, but still, that we have to deal with. And if you're Magnolia, you lose a guy like Mark Barroca, even for an extended period of time, you're going to have to rely on the depth of your backcourt to trying to replicate what he could bring on the court.
Yes, now he'll rely more on his rookie Brill. I know it's hard to make up for the loss of Barroca.
So we'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to the Deep Soup Gym as Mark Barroca checks out due to the injury, that blow to the head. Inadvertent blow by Calvin Abueva's elbow, trying to find some space, and well, we wish him the best. Let's hope we see him back on the court, of course, if everything's okay.
Right here, it's deep. It's big. We saw some blood. Hope he can come back. Hope it's not. He can get his stitch. I'm sure there'll be some stitches. I hope he can go back to the game. If not, then prayers are with him.
Well, coach, if we're going to talk about tough players, and Mark Barocas as tough as you can get, so in terms of like whether or not he could come back, he'll want to come back. But then let's see whether or not he'll be cleared to do so. Baldy on the free throw line here as Magnolia trying to increase this 2-point lead against the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Eventually does, 3-point lead. It's a one-possession ball game, and Magnolia starting to press here, trying to pressure the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters early on. Mocon gets the pick from Belga. Belga. Long wind-up and no good, but great inside Santillan.
Yeah, that's good that Santillan is able to assert his presence in the inside. He's comfortable in the paint, and I think he should get the ball on some seal post plays so that they can get some scoring.
Another turnover here for Magnolia as Nambata will give the lead back to Rain or Shine.
Yeah, that's the decision makings that we were talking about earlier. They force too much things and just don't let go of the ball just like that.
Paul Lee from close to the logo doesn't get that to fall. And again, Paul Lee's one of those guys, it doesn't matter where from the court, you're guarding his jumper. Mocon. Sistio. Not that time, that's short. The three ball has not been kind to Rain or Shine today.
I think the Rain or Shine shoots only like 26% on average, which is not their forte. Magnolia, on the other hand, shoots like 32% to 33%, which is average. So that's why the shots of Rain or Shine, piling-pili talaga ang tira ng Rain or Shine.
Well, we'll hold on to there here. 30-second timeout. Just a 1-point lead for Rain or Shine. You talked about the 3-point shooting, coach. But then Rain or Shine, even though they're not making it a lot, they're not afraid to take it. As we take a look at the format for this conference, just a single round robin. Teams play each other once, 11 games per team. Top 8 advances after the elimination round. And then, of course, this is the format best of 3 for the 4, 5, and 3 and 6 seeds, the first 2 teams with a twice-to-beat advantage, and the ones at 8 and 7 will have it all to do. Best of 7 from semis and the finals. Now, if you're Rain or Shine at this point of the conference, you're 4 and 4. You have 3 games left. It already feels like they have to play playoff basketball this early, coach.
Yes, because they know they have to get to 6 to automatically be in the quarterfinals, maybe 5 to tie or 6 to tie, depending on the other teams. But that's why every game for Rain or Shine, including this one, they should really think that they should win those games.
2 offensive rebounds here for Magnolia as Calvin Abueva still can't get it to finish. Make it a third, almost a fourth. And the ball will stay with Magnolia. Rebounding, coach, an issue for Rain or Shine in that possession.
Yep, because Calvin is such a tenacious offensive rebounder. And all Rain or Shine had to do was just tap the ball and gang rebound, whatever they had to do to get the defensive boards.
Calvin. Surveying the field, Halalon thought about it, tried to get some contact, and now a chance for Rain or Shine to go 2 and 1. They go all the way, no good. But Moko, an offensive rebound and the finish.
Well, that's because Gio turned the ball over when he did not have to force the issue. So now you see Rain or Shine in a zone.
Gio Lalon pulls up for 3, can't get that one to fall, and Rain or Shine will have the chance to shoot the last possession of the first half.
I mean, that was a good shot for Gio. It was a wide open 3-point shot. He missed it, he missed it. But what he has to improve on is his decision making, when to attack and when not to attack. And when he attacks, what to do with the basketball.
Kambatak finding a man inside, but an offensive foul on the drive. And boy, Calvin Abueva indicating that he hurt his head on the drive, probably a bit of whiplash from that charge.
I think Santi stepped on his head, I think.
Let's see. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened here, but then another cause of concern. So there's the drive. And oh, there it is. So you're right. He did land on him.
That, that hurts.
And just checking in on him.
That's his second. At halftime, our score.
And we're gonna go straight to halftime here. Looks like the time did expire. So Calvin Abueva will get checked as still trying to recover from that inadvertent step from Santi Santillan. But as of the moment, rain or shine with a slight advantage over the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. It has been a grinded out game. It has been a rock fight, but at the end, so far here at the halfway point, Coach Chris Gavina will be the happier of the two. Welcome back to the Honda PBA Philippine Cup 2021, where the rain or shine Elasto Painters have an advantage over the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok 31-28 in a grinded out rock fight of a game here at the Deep Soup Gym. Paulo De Rosario alongside Coach Jong Wichico. Coach, this game has been one of not one to remember for Magnolia, having turnovers leading to jams like that. And it has been a hard time for them trying to get any groove going against one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Well, for you to be able to score against rain or shine, it's either you're able to make your jump shots or you attack their defense right away on transition, which Magnolia hasn't been doing yet lately. Yes, they showed some types of shots like this and attacks to the basket, but they have not done it consistently. So now that's why both teams are not shooting really very well.
Here in the second quarter, it was a bit more of the same here, but take a look at the veteran presence there of James Yap. Actually, that's from Bo Belga to Gabe Norwood to James Yap in that particular possession. And they've been getting it done about rain or shine in transition, trying to find ways to get easy stops and try to score right off of them.
Right, I mean, there's no really single point of attack for rain or shine. They've been distributing the ball very well, and whoever is open in the type of offense, and that's the person who can score. They have no one single player that will really end up scoring really high.
Well, the halftime stats are brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. We saw a couple of three-pointers there from Paul Lee, and he leads the game in scoring with 9. James Yap with 8. Boy, parang throwback yung game na to. 28 for Magnolia, 31 for Rain or Shine. Coach, shooting percentages, not great.
That's right. The only great stat here is points in the paint for Rain or Shine, which is 16. As you said, they're probably all layups. Like in the first 3 quarters, we saw getting them a lot of layups. But the rest of the statistics are not really good for both teams.
So Magnolia typically shoots from beyond the arc, a cool 32%, scoring 29% here so far for Magnolia. And if you're looking at the way that Magnolia likes to shoot, if they find the rhythm from beyond the arc, this could change a lot. Paul Lee leading scorings with 9. He could score more. Calvin Mabelba has a 3 already in Sangalang. Early baskets early on, but we weren't sure whether or not he could continue that. On the other side, James Yap with opportunistic baskets to lead Rain or Shine. But then Rain or Shine last in offense. We're seeing a bit of that struggle here, Coach, in that first half. And if Magnolia can start scoring, that may be a problem.
Yes, that's a problem for Rain or Shine when Magnolia gets its rhythm offensively. the tempo of rain or shine and the defense of rain or shine takes you out of your regular tempo offensively. And that's what rain or shine is accomplishing in the game against Magnolia.
Santillan misses that shot, and the ball will stay with the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. A foul there on Ian Sangalang. First time in the ball game, Justin Melton for Magnolia. If you missed it, Mark Baroka had to leave the game earlier on with a blow to the head. He was bleeding profusely after an accidental elbow from Calvin Abueva. Let's see whether or not he does return, but Justin Melton is another quality option for Coach Chito Victolero to try to patch up that big Mark Baroka-sized hole.
That's right. He was out of our radar when Baroka got injured. We were talking about Brill, but now they have somebody as Justin Melton, part of their championships, a few years back.
Reynam Batak will go to the line to shoot 2, but misses the first. He already is at 4 points. Talking about Reynam Batak, he had a good game last time around, and if you're Coach Gavina, you want him to find that rhythm as well. They're trying to get certain guys into a scoring rhythm. None yet so far.
Well, Raymond Data is, you know that he can score. He's the really legit scorer. Mokon will do a lot of things. Shiso will shoot a 3. But Batak is the real legit scorer. And probably Coach Gavina doesn't want to go to him every single time. And usually it comes probably in the fourth quarter.
Yun Sangalang inside again, uses his favorite left and gets that to fall. We saw Magnolia in that first quarter go to Ian Sangalang a lot, try to find plays for him. And here in the third, they go to him first.
There are only 2 players that I'd go to if I were Magnolia. That's Paul Lee or Ian Sangalang. Your choice. Post him up, ball pick Paul Lee. If Paul Lee has no shot, post him against Ian Sangalang. And the rest of the 3, just play your role. Defend, rebound, and run.
A stat here from Sir Fidel Mangonon. The half that we just saw was the lowest scoring half since Rain or Shine led Blackwater 35-24 last July 18.
Oh.
So again, we talk about the scoring woes of Rain or Shine, but keeping their opponents to low scoring numbers, that's exactly what happened last time around.
That's exactly right. And as you said at halftime, that Rain or Shine is so happy that this is the way the game is going. It doesn't look nice, but that's just the way they win games. Or they give themselves a chance to win the game.
JV Mokon hit a triple to extend the lead of Rain or Shine 34-30. They're saying like, yeah, we scored low, but let's ump the ante here in the third. Mokon again all the way. JV Mokon, 5 straight points, a mini run for himself for Rain or Shine.
And what's good about Rain or Shine is they're buying into the system. Some players might not want, why we have a low scoring game, why don't we score? But they're buying into the system.
Well, they're getting stops. They can win if their opponents don't score. That's the mentality. Paul Lee fouled on the jumper. Mokon will send him to the line. JV is saying that he got all ball. Referees disagree. Paul Lee happy with the call. And it must be so frustrating, Coach, playing against a team that is so focused defensively. If you're Magnolia, what do you tell your guys who normally won't get the looks that they typically get?
Just keep on moving the ball because once you move the ball, it makes the defense move from left to right. Then that's the only time that you can break it down. But to be able just to go one-on-one, then you'll end up with a jump shot. Just that's good if you are comfortable or if you're happy shooting a challenged jump shot, then that's okay. But if you're not, then you have to move the ball.
Well, Mark Baroka, we saw a while ago, already back on the bench, but JV Mokon getting it done for Rain or Shine. He gave the foul a while ago. Listen, let me get those points back.
Yeah, that's terrible defense by Magnolia. De La Rosa and Calvin, why take away the pick when you can switch if you force him to the pick?
Paul Lee, 4-3. Not that time. Offensive rebound here for Magnolia. Lee operating a pick and roll with Sangalang. Got to Melton. Melton. Pass the outside to De La Rosa.
And that's the shot that they are willing to give up. They stop the penetration, they help penetrate, kick out, and that's the shot they are willing to give up.
Ooh, JV Mocon. He's starting to heat up here. Saying that not a lot of scoring from Rain or Shine in the first half, but Mocon changing all that here.
That's 2 3-pointers by JB Mocon right away. And that's why he leads Rain or Shine in almost all the statistics because of his efficiency.
Well, he's almost close to his average down by JB Mocon. He leads the team in scoring. He leads the team with 12.1 points per game, already with 11 here.
Yeah. He had 2 layups and 2 3-pointers and maybe a free throw here and there. And not forcing any shot.
Well, Magnolia still keeping within touching distance. Only a 4-point lead here for Rain or Shine, despite Mocon finding his rhythm, finding his way here in the third.
That's what's good about Magnolia. All the coach or Chito has to say is, don't worry, we're not shooting very well. We're not playing well. But
Mocon,
right.
again, following the miss, gets the rebound, gets the bucket. He's been everywhere here for Rain or Shine. One-man offense almost. Take a look at this, coach. The timing perfect. Out jumping, out timing Calvin Abueva.
And that's a proof that Mocon knows what his teammates is going to do. He saw it was Asisio wide open. He's going to shoot the shot, so he went to the offensive rebound.
He's first to the ball, very active. Let's see whether or not they can continue to stop Magnolia, since Rain or Shine now finding a bit of that scoring groove of themselves. Melton for 3. I love it when the shot is so pure that the net stays stuck on the other side of the rim.
That's all net for you.
Asisio. Do they look for Mocon again? All the scoring has come almost exclusively from Mocon. Asisio pulls up for the jumper. No good. Ball will go back to Magnolia. Gabe Nor will check in for Reynam Batak. Much longer defensive presence there, talking about Gabe.
Gabe is like James Yap, longevity, just being a great role player, great leader, great teammate.
Of course, we all know about his leadership abilities there, and Sangkalang getting it done despite the pressure. And take a look at Ron De La Rosa, just all up in the grill of JV Mocon. He's been asked to face guard him.
Because he's already shot 2 3-pointers, got an offensive rebound, and the coach said, "Why don't you defend him?" Calvin's not defending him right.
Mocon. And De La Rosa wins that duel in particular, and Calvin is trying to get that off the foot of Mocon, and he eventually does. And you have to feel that in that last defensive sequence, so it was De La Rosa who stopped Mocon. It felt a bit personal in that one possession.
That's right. I'll stop you. That's good. You take your, you get your ego involved, saying, "I need to stop this guy. He's hurting us. He's making us look like a fool."
There has to be that pride involved, and there was so much pride in that particular possession. Paul Lee now on the attack, trying to tie things up. Sangkalang working against Bo, gets it to fall.
I mean, that happened because Paul Lee was aggressive to the basket. It freed up the offensive rebound for Ian Sangkalang because there was some help defense.
Santillan working against Abueva, gets him down. And Santillan, with his experience playing 3x3, he's so used to physical basketball in the paint. He's not scared to throw his body around, and that showed there.
But that's the advantage of 3-on-3. You get used to physical. You won't back down on anything.
And Abueva trying to find Sangkalang, but Bo, such quick hands. And he was just at the right place at the right time. We talk about his intelligence level, and it showed in that particular defensive play. This time out is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, with rain or shine with a 2-point lead. Welcome back to Deep Sioux Gym, where Magnolia are still trying to play catch-up against the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Already a more entertaining third quarter here compared to the first half. Take a look at what JB Mocon has been doing though. So let's run down his number. 16 points of 53% shooting. 6 of 10 from 2, 1 of 3 rather from 3-point land. And already with 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and an assist to his name. We talk about being a Swiss Army knife, coach, and JB Mocon is that guy with 12 in this quarter alone.
Yeah, 12 points. He shot the 2 3-pointers, was that? 1 3-pointer, an offensive rebound, a layup, and you know, that's how, without really looking for his shot, that's the way he gets his points.
That's what they call doing it in the flow of the offense. James Yap checks in as well. Mark Corcoran, Anton Assis, Andre Caracos running the point now for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Rafi Rivas in the game as well. So a healthy mix of veterans and young players for both these teams on the court. And of course, for those wondering, where's Mark Baroka? Well, we don't know if we're going to see him back in the game, but as we saw a while ago, already with stitches in there. Oh, rather, he is in the game. James Yap going all the way by himself, can't get the ball.
Yeah, vintage James Yap, beaten in the air.
Oh, man of a million moves, that was just one of them. Mark Baroka, such a warrior, seeing him in. After, you know, being bloodied literally. Ian Sangalang finding his range there.
Ian Sangalang is the only guy that's been hurting the defense of Rain or Shine consistently. The rest, yes, every once in a while like Foley, but Ian Sangalang has been the most consistent.
Well, he is a problem. Let's see whether or not they can solve that soon. For Baran, they'll stutter and almost loses it, and eventually does. Oh, but tapped away. The heave is almost good. But now Rain or Shine might be upset because there was no backcourt. The shot was taken before the shot clock expired and it did hit the rim. So, what the referees decide here? Well, the ball will still go to Magnolia's way.
Right, well, that's right. They should, they should have, you know, reset the clock. Ball is nice, but it's the same. It wasn't their ball anyway, because Magnolia got the defensive rebound.
Corpus, now Baroka. Baroka pulls up for the 3, no good. And Corpus had the, well, it's not a distinction, but then he was in the way of Bo Belga.
He was, and for sure he'll.
Anyone will tell you, if you're in the way of Bo Belga, you're falling.
Yeah, you're falling. Don't be in my way.
Interesting to see how Magnolia start pressuring on the backcourt right now, but easily broken by Rain or Shine. James Yap hounded by Mark Baroka, and Bo Belga unable to get to that pass.
Yeah, this is what I'd like to see, that Magnolia play 3 small because he wants to play really 3 big, but he's having a hard time scoring. He probably can defend, but he's having a hard time scoring. So it's a good time early in this time to experiment on 3 small and just see what happens.
Baroka. To Rivas. Now Halalon. Halalon dancing alongside Rivas' pick and roll and gets that one to fall.
And it gives you a better spacing for your guards to operate.
Norwood. Now Bo. Offensive foul there, so Bo just stuck out his behind and he just found Mark Baroka on the roll.
Yeah, that's a legal pick. It's a moving pick. You stuck your behind back to impede the movement of Baroka.
So Mark Baroka, by the way, is playing in his 462nd straight game since being selected by Shapinas back in 2011. Hasn't missed a PBA game ever for his team. Second longest active streak after LA Tenorio.
He said that if he went to the PBA early, he would have beaten the games or be close to the games of LA.
Well, Andre Caracol getting his rhythm there, getting that point to fall. And I don't doubt that for a second, talking about Mark Baroka, coach. I don't doubt that for a second, that he would have been up there in terms of numbers. So, Corpus, with a little chicken wing it looks like, but yes, there it is. And he is not happy with the call.
A little acting, but he really stuck an elbow.
So let's take a look at that. And why do they call it a chicken wing? Because there. That's why. So, right now, maybe a bit of frustration on the point of Corpus, but then let's see how he recovers here in this next possession. Bo Belga driving in, pulls up, and gets the foul. If that was on Corpus, that might be his fourth.
Foul is on number 1, Jackson Corpus.
Four fouls now, Jackson Corpus, and Magnolia Hotshots call for time. It may be getting a bit too active for their liking. 2-point lead still for Rain or Shine. Two-point lead for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, 49-47 in a grinded-out game. 19-18 is the scoring in this quarter. Magnolia actually lead that, but it hasn't necessarily been a classic on the offensive end. Take a look at what happened to Mark Baroka a while ago. He hit his head on the elbow of Calvin Abueva and had to go and maybe get stitches. We're not quite sure, but here he is, all bandaged up. The warrior that we all expect. Mark Baroka, great to see him back on the floor, coach.
Right, tough guy. He's a great player to have in your team because he's not going to back down. No matter if he can play, whether he is hurt, then he'll suit up for you.
Bo Belga on the floor, on the stripe to shoot two. And what we always enjoy about Bo Belga is his unorthodox way of shooting free throws because it takes so long sometimes. Not that time. I mean, like, that was a bit quick actually by his standards, but we've seen it in the international game so many times. He takes his time shooting free throws and lane violations everywhere, coach.
That's right. Now he changed his free throw to releasing his left hand, and it's so hard to defend his three-point shot because you don't know if he's going to shoot it or not. If you don't bite to the shot, he'll shoot it. If you bite, he'll put the ball on the floor, which is a good big man.
Rain or shine with another going a bit more man here. And Misi, a known shooter from the UAAP, but Calvin Abueva there to get that one and clean it up. Tied ball game now, 49 apiece. So increased pressure here from Magnolia, all up and down the floor. Karakot gets it back, kicks it out. Bo Belga has to shoot, he does, and that's tapped away by Rivas. Halalon finding Rivas, the long Rivas, and is fouled hard by Bo. All you could do really if you're Bo.
Just foul him, make him shoot from the free throw line. He's a better, you know, if you shoot 2 points, then now you have a 50-50 chance because, you know, Rafi is not a great foul shooter.
Rafi Rivas, again, one of the veterans on the floor, and I'm sure the younger players love learning from him. And recently, if you checked out the social media pages of the Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok, he hit a half-court shot that everyone celebrated. And in a little light moment for the Hotshots. And he makes both.
My bad.
That's the reverse jinx. Kanina, I was talking about the free throw shooting of Bo Belga. He missed. So again, the increased pressure led to James Yap getting an opportunity, but a miss there, and Rafi Rivas all over the floor here.
But that's what he's there for, really. Rebounds, role player, do the right thing, you know, not looking to score.
Gio stacking on the dribble now to Calvin. Calvin kicks it out back to Gio. Now Baroka. Open look after open look, and Misi can't get the good ball movement to pay off.
But, you know, that's a great shot, great ball movement. Made rain or shine players defend and not just stay in front of your man.
Corporan, no good. Well, Magnolia now in the lead in what was a quarter that looked like rain or shine was getting things done offensively. A lot of that was due to JV Mocon, who's not on the floor at the moment. Mark Baroka pulls up, and that is good. Well, it looks like he's not suffering any ill effects from that bump.
Right? Mr. Tough Guy. But you see, the shot that they ended up with was still a jump shot. So, it's you know, the shot that he will live and die with against rain or shine.
Andre Karakot with the jumper to stop the bleeding. Still a 3-point advantage here for Magnolia. Calvin looking for the foul, did not get the whistle, and that was a wild shot in the end.
Yeah, that's the decision making that we were talking about. I mean, they're up by 3 times on their side on the third quarter, so, you know, you didn't have to force anything.
Bo Belga, Gabe Norwood, open look for 3, no good. And active hands and active rebounding, Mark Baroka running 3. And that'll do it for the third quarter. 54-51. The Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok starting to climb back into this one, outscoring Rain or Shine 26-20. 3-point lead for Magnolia. 54-51, Magnolia with the lead here. Let's take a look what happened to Calvin Abueva a while ago. Accidentally stepped on by Santi Santillan. And, well, they're explaining to everyone what happened in that sequence. It's great to see him okay. A few head injuries for Magnolia with Baroka and Calvin Abueva in particular. But then Abueva, right now, already 10 points to his name, 4 of 12 shooting, and he's 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. Already with a double-double, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists to his name.
Yeah, Calvin Bella gives you a lot of different looks in your offense and in your defense also. We talked about not making the right decision, but at the end of the day, if Calvin Bella gets 11 rebounds,
3 assists for Calvin as well, so he's also getting his teammates in the action. And so far, Coach, that third quarter was something that Coach Chito would be a lot happier with compared to their first two. Finally finding some rhythm in scoring. Take a look at this, Mark Baroka. So that was a three-pointer that we thought a while ago, but it's now downgraded to a two, stepping on the line, clearly.
Coach Chito will hope that things will turn around in the fourth quarter where they can get some like a 10-point lead so that, rain or shine will have a hard time catching up.
So still 53-51 score here going into the fourth quarter.
The defense of Magnolia is not bad. Less than 20 points every time.
Andre Caracot now to So we talk about defense and how much of a factor it is here, but take a look at James Yap. He doesn't have a stroke from beyond the arc, and he's getting it done using his veteran moves, Coach.
Yeah, you see that his three-point shot is not going in. He isolated somewhere in the mid-post and was able to initiate his own shot.
Well, he is a professional scorer. That's why teams love him. That's why fans love him, rather. Teams don't love him. Teams don't like playing against him.
It's so hard to play against him because, as you said, he's got so many moves. He can shoot the three. He can put the ball on the floor. He can lay up. He can do a lot, and get his shot off, even at the most difficult circumstance.
James Yap, he hasn't hit a three yet, and the drought still continues for big game. Oli. Open look inside for Sangalang, and a rare breakdown defensively for Rain or Shine.
Right, it's a good rim run, and as you said, those are the few times that they were able to catch them on transition. By someone good spacing, someone diving down the middle for the layup.
Offensive rebound here, James Yap. Oh, and what a move and what a finish, shaking off two defenders.
Yeah, and you were talking about what game will James Yap be able to score like he used to.
Well, so far, it's a good game for James, 12 points already. Paul Lee trying to find Ian Sangalang again. That has been one of their conscious decisions. Rather, James already at 14, if I'm not mistaken.
Substitutions, Rafi Rivas for Gio Halalo.
So Rafi Rivas will check in for Gio Halalo and probably try to put a different look defensively to this Magnolia team. Take a look at that. Shaking off Mark Baroka, then leaving Paul Lee.
James Yap knew that, consciously or unconsciously, I'm not sure, but James Yap saw Paul Lee in front of me. He knows, because being veteran, I can attack him. So which is what he did.
Well, and I think they would also know each other due to that trade that they were involved years ago. At the very least.
Or maybe James Yap doesn't care who's in front of him.
Absolutely.
I can score against anybody.
JB Moco now back in the ball game. He had a great third quarter. Norbert Torres was not ready for that. Pulls up for a shot, no good.
I think Magnolia should see who even if they run some type of movement offense, I think they should see also who they want to attack. It's like they're moving but no point of attack. Or who do, unless it's Ian Sangalang, but other than that, they don't know who to what the ball to.
Tie ball game, 55 all. Baroka, not that time. And so many blue shirts in the paint. They want to extend the possession, and they do. Open look for De La Rosa. Not that time, but another chance here for Magnolia. No good this time. No dice.
Now, Coach Chito goes back to 3 big. Sometimes that's a problem with playing 3 big. They're giving up the shot to De La Rosa. De La Rosa taking their chances. Rainer Shine is taking their chances that De La Rosa will make his 3-point shots consistently.
Mocon attacking Revis. Trying to extend the possession. The ball will go the other way. Norbert couldn't get it away. Norbert Torres, the big man from LaSalle, really changed this game with Rainer Shine, trying to show more range here compared to what he did in his college days. And mixed results so far, not necessarily a sharpshooter from beyond the arc yet, but he has shown that he has the capability to do so as De La Rosa gets it done inside.
Well, that's what good players do, try to reinvent their game. He knows, Norbert Torres knows, I can't beat anybody in the post, probably, so I'll increase my range and be more effective shooting the outside shot.
Nambata. Santillan, that push shot, that's his bread and butter.
They should just switch that. Anyway, it's De La Rosa, and I haven't seen, even in the past games of Magnolia, that they switch against De La Rosa. And they get beat all the time.
What a pass from Baroka, finding De La Rosa inside. Magnolia starting to find answers to this tight Rainer Shine defense.
That's their second time that De La Rosa was able to find himself open on a screen across, and Rainer Shine is having trouble communicating on that play.
Norbert Torres with a chance to shoot 2.
Timeout, Magnolia.
Magnolia super time here, 7:26 left here in the 4th quarter. Take a look at this pass from Mark Baroka. Rare moment of Rainer Shine just falling asleep defensively. This timeout is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome back to the Deep Suit Gym, where Rainer Shine and Magnolia are locked in a tight battle here. Take a look at Ian Sangalang. So we were expecting him to show up here for Magnolia after his last game when he came alive in the second half onwards. And so far has been one of the most consistent threats for Coach Tito Victorero.
Well, yes, in the last game he made 21 points. Now he's at 15 points, I think. And you said he's been, every time he gets the ball, something good happens. So I think they should go to him more. And he's a good passer. In the last game, he made, he made a couple of assists, good passes. So he's not the type of player that will really look to score every time, but will be also able to pass the ball.
So Ian Sangalang leading his team right now in scoring with 15 to his name, as you're mentioning. Paul Lee second with 11, and Calvin Bueva with 10. So 3 guys in double digits for the Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok. Now for Rainer Shine, 2 guys only in double figures, and that is JV Mocon and James Yap. with 16 and 15 respectively.
Yeah, this zone defense on a surprise basis on a change up is giving Magnolia a little bit of trouble because they're not reading it right away. So their offense becomes delayed, which is what Rainer Shine really likes to accomplish, like this one.
So there it is, De La Rosa stepping on the line, so that'll be another turnover for Magnolia. And do you think that it was a point of concern for Coach Gavina, considering the way they conceded those points against Rome De La Rosa? But here, take a look at the pressure from Magnolia. Almost losing, almost getting it back, but the ball still stays with Rainer Shine.
Well, that's why he told on the timeout. I'm sure they talked about it. Why is De La Rosa, why did they was able to get open twice? Are you gonna switch that or not switch it? You know, just talk about it, and then they know next time what to do.
Asisio to initiate the play here. Stingray ng Bata on the drive, going inside to Santillan.
Yeah, they're being Magnolia's defense is being broken down every single time, and when someone helps, you know, they make the right decision on the drop pass or the kick out.
Bueva on the attack. De La Rosa back to Baroka. Push shot is no good. And the ball will go the white shirts' way. This low-scoring affair is exactly what Rainer Shine want. And if they can get more looks like this, they'll be happy at the end of the day. Paul Lee will check back in for Gio Halalon, trying to inject some scoring life for this Magnolia team.
Yes, you know, you said three of the scorers, Ian Sangalang,
Paul
Paul
Lee,
Lee, and Calvin Obeba are in the game. I think this is their strongest five, defensively and scoring-wise too. Magnolia.
Santillan. That was well off, and Sangalang saying that he was fouled. Rome De La Rosa rather saying he was fouled going for the rebound.
That's his second one on Rainer Shine.
Referee agrees.
Yeah, let's see if Reno Shine will stick with the zone because they've been successful in the past few plays.
Showing man here
Yeah,
early.
they'll stay with man to man.
Baroka trying to move this Rainer Shine defense around. Sangalang thought about it, a little hesitation there. And Cabana Bueva, what a monster on the rebound, and gets that to fall.
Very awkward, but still gets the job done.
I'm sure he doesn't mind how it looks, as long as he gets the rebound and the finish.
I mean, you like players like that. Doesn't matter how you look, just as long as you get it done.
Going inside to Santillan, he misses again, and Abueva hit the floor, asking the referee, wala bang foul?
There seems to be, but I don't know if, you know, there's contact enough, but there is.
Bueva. Now to Lee. Baroka on the drive and was bothered by the flying Santillan.
But that's a good offensive move. Attack the basket. Just so happened that someone had to help and missed the layup.
Well, entering 4:47 left in the fourth. Rainer Shine sue for time scoring. Hard to come by at the moment. Let's take a look at Leonard Santillan, who has found his rhythm here. He found his way in the fourth quarter. 11 points as well as 4 rebounds. And yeah, that is his and a very efficient night for him in general, considering that he is shooting around 50% from 2. Could do more, but he also has a 3 to his name, so he is a weapon for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, and he's been showing off here in the fourth, Coach.
Yeah, that's good that he's always around the basket where his strength really is. We saw some good post moves, seal post move twice against Calvin, a drop pass and an undergoal shot. So around the paint basket, he's really very effective.
Nambatak pulls up for 3. Oh, gets set to go! Well, Ray Nambatak, he has been one of the guys who, when he sees the fourth quarter is there, he will suddenly turn up.
Right, it's Nambatak time because at the start of the first 3 or early part of the 4, he likes to facilitate, not wasting enough energy. But now it's time for him to look for his shot.
Well, Magnolia going strong to the basket there. A foul looks like on Norbert Torres. And you were asking for more of that, Coach, earlier on in the game, that Magnolia should be able to go on inside as we take a look at this. So Ray pulling up for a 3 way beyond the arc. You know, it feels like range has been limitless for this generation of PBA stars.
And they practice way beyond the three-point line. That's what they practice. You don't know if you'll stop them or not, but maybe some range would be good because defenses now are defending above the three-point line. So extending your range will always be an advantage for the offense.
Insanggalang drains the free throws to make it a 1-point game here. Bo Belga in the game now for Norbert Torres. And suddenly, the IQ level of this entire Innershine team just goes up with the presence of Bo Belga.
Yes, a point forward, facilitator, that can score. And you know that he'll be a leading defense.
And JV Mocon, smooth move inside. He has been a steady hand in the second half.
That's his.
De La Rosa. Out to Abueva. Insanggalang. Foul again, but at least they did not make it an end one.
Reliable Mocon after that pull-up 2-point shot here. Turn around.
Take a look at this. So again, JB Mocon leads this Rain or Shine team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. He is the only player in the league to lead a team in those categories.
And that shot was against Calvin Agueva, a tenacious defender.
18 points for Ian Sanggalang. Make that 19 as a 1-point lead for Rain or Shine. Still stands, but still very doable here for Magnolia. Again, look at the pressure Magnolia is applying on Nambata. Quick double. Santillan kicks it out to Belga. Belga thought about it. He's like, okay, I'm wide open. And a chance inside and a hard foul there from Calvin Abueva.
They have 2 blue shirts there for the rebound, which is good. And it goes to Rain or Shine.
So Nambata, chance here to extend the lead. And that has to be frustrating for Coach Chito, knowing that you had the numbers, but you still did not come away with it.
Right, because in the last, especially in the last few minutes of the game, you only want to give your opponent one shot. So if they miss the shot, make sure you get the rebound. It's the last 3 minutes, and the game is really, you're just down by 1 point.
Ray getting that fall.
And you're struggling for points, and then you just give up. Not get the defensive rebound.
He splits his free throw. Still a 2-point lead here for Rain or Shine. Magnolia can take the lead with a 3 or tie it with a basket. Abueva. Paul Lee. Get out to Abueva. Abueva with the fake, driving his way inside. Baroka, he had time, he had space, and he has a three. Well, again, it looks like that bandage is not causing him any problems, coach.
Well, it's a big shot by Baroka. I mean, it was open, but he was able to recover, challenge the shot, but he made the three. Now all they have to do is, make a stop.
Santillan going hard and will shoot a bonus. Boy, he has been showing up here in the fourth, coach.
Right. And it's a wrong closeout by Calvin, because as a tendency, he should know that Santi likes to go to his right. And what shot are you going to give up? Not the penetration, but the challenge 3-point shot by Santi.
Santi restores a 2-point advantage here for Rain or Shine.
And they're going to Ian, which Rain or Shine was already expecting the play, so they were able to defend it.
Eventually, they cannot come away with the rebound, and Calvin already was out of bounds, and I believe had his hand on the ball, so the ball will go the other way.
Foul is on number 13, Calvin Abueva. That's his 5th foul.
Oh, it's a foul, and that would be his 5th. What about Calvin?
But they're not in penalty, or are they in penalty?
Not yet.
That's
One
good.
more.
I mean, it's good that they're not in penalty.
Entering the last 2-minute mark here. So it's a gut check time for the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. A bit frustrating sequence of events there for Calvin Abueva. What can Rain or Shine do here? They are trying to end a 2-game losing streak. Magnolia know with a win here, they secure their berth in the playoffs. Can be the first team to do so. Bow off the glass.
Pull up left. Got Revis out of position. Was able to make the shot.
Mark Baroka. And Paul Lee. They find Ian Sangalang. He's fouled on the way, will shoot 2.
But sometimes, because yes, I know Coach Chito wants to play 3 big, but sometimes when you play 3 big, the spacing is not very good. Unless your third big man can shoot the 3 consistently.
We saw it a while ago, and we said it a while ago rather. If you're in the way of Bo Belga, you're going to end up falling. We saw that a while ago with Rafi Rivas. And he's saying that there was a push there to the referee, talking about Bo Belga's basket in the last possession. Ian Sangalang, he has been the consistent threat for this Magnolia team. But then when you have guys like Paul Lee and Mark Baroka on the floor, they can hit so many big shots for you, even if you don't think they're in rhythm.
They can, that's why you give credit to the defense of Taylor Shine, that they're able to contain them. Yes, they're able to shoot some shots, but they're able to contain them.
Paul Lee hit the deck as Robert Torres hit the shot because a falling Rain or Shine player careened into his leg. Worrying moments here, holding on to his hip. Talking about Paul Lee. But it looks like he'll get up and he's okay. Bit of a scary moment there. So take a look at this. Nambatak diving for the ball and accidentally takes out Paul Lee in the process. A full timeout here. Magnolia still trailing by 4. 1:09 left here in the fourth. Can Rain or Shine hold on and pull this off? Or can Magnolia catch up? So take a look at the standings here. The Rain or Shine Elasto Painters with a 2-game losing streak. A victory here can go a long way to ensuring that they make it into the playoffs. And this is almost desperation time if you're a Rain or Shine fan, because a loss here could be devastating considering you only have 2 games left to make it up.
Right. That's why you see how Reno Shine is playing. They know that if they win today's game, they have a great shot of getting into the next round. Magnolia, on the other hand, is not playing up to their game because they know that they can still make it this fight. But that's a big shot by Baroka with 50 seconds to go, down by 2. So they still a very legit shot of turning this game around.
Norbert Torres hit the floor after that. So Mark Baroka sailed in for the lay-in and in the process avoided a falling Norbert Torres. Let's take a look exactly what happened there. So great pass there from Ian Sanglan. There was a lot of pressure. And so he was, I guess the contact there came from Ian Sangalang. And because of that, there was really no help, and it was an open lane there for Mark Baroka.
Right, he took the charge. He tried to take the charge, but got off balance. There's some contact with Ian Sangalang. The referees made them play the game.
Norbert Torres up and about. Mark Boroboran will check in as well.
So all Magnolia has to do is just play great defense. You know in your mind that they'll probably go to either Reynam Batak or JB Mopod, off the kick out or something. So Magnolia should just get ready and place that they will go to Nampata.
So we expected Magnolia to pressure this Rain or Shine team off the backcourt, and they do so. Oh, and they said a timeout was called, was it?
Timeout, Rain or Shine Elasto.
By Reynam Batak, and you could hear the protests of the Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok. 74-72, they preserve possession with a 47.9 left in the fourth. We're now looking at the replay of that timeout call from Reynam Batak, and I'm wondering when he made it. There it is! I think there it was.
He did.
I think he did right before Aboyeva got to it, but those are fast eyes there from the referees.
Yeah, but that means he didn't have ball control. I don't know.
Well, the referee saw it that way, so the ball will stay with the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters, while the Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok, their pressure counted there. They made it count, and only a 2-point lead for Rain or Shine to deal with. Here's the game reset, 1 full timeout each, as well as 30 seconds each as well. So they had a timeout to use, but then Coach Gavina might have wanted to have that in his back pocket. Oh, speaking about the back, that just bounced off the back. Norbert has to shoot a 3. He forces it. And shot clock violation there. Great defense from Magnolia.
Yeah, they started from their pressure, and then now they got 14 seconds, and they denied Nambatak the ball, so they had to try to play a 2-man game between Asisto and Norbert Torres, which Magnolia took out. So now all Magnolia has to do now is score, and probably they'd go to screen the screener, maybe Ian Sangalang.
So they're actually doing offense-defense substitutions right now. So Paul Lee in the game, shoots a three, no good. Mokon pressured, he calls for time, and that might be a 30-second timeout. Let's see.
So they went to a screen the screener and a staggered screen for Paul Lee, who shot a shot,
30 seconds on Raiders shine Elasto Painters.
which I don't think was really open. It could have been a foul, but so-so. I thought they would go to Ian Sangalang, but that was the play that De La Rosa was able to shoot two in a row.
Well, a bucket here could do a world of good for rain or shine. This is the team that is near the bottom or at the bottom offensively against the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok, who are no slouches themselves defensively. Rather, sorry, offensively, rain or shine are near the bottom. Now they are expected to hit a clutch bucket with 15.3 left in the fourth.
Well, let's see what Magnolia does, because they need to foul. Will they double team first and then foul, or just go for the foul? Whoever not go for the double team anymore and just go for the foul.
I think they may be in penalty, coach, talking about Magnolia.
Right.
If they foul, so that'll be interesting to see
But
what
they
they do.
need to foul because there's just one second shot differential.
What do Magnolia do? What did Rain or Shine come up with? And that will be their last timeout, talking about the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters.
Right. I mean, Magnolia ran the same thing already before, even the last game against NLEX when they were down. We'll talk about it later.
15.3 left, 74 to 72. Rain or Shine up by 2. Rain or Shine need this win to stay alive in the playoff race. Magnolia need this win to secure and lock a spot in the playoffs as early as today. And 15.3 seconds will tell the difference of which scenario will come true. No more timeouts for the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Magnolia need to get a stop or need to limit them to make sure that it's only a one-possession game when they get the ball back.
Warning on Magnolia, referees for delay of game.
All right, we were talking about this, that they're, it's like a zone when they're switching, and then they will trap either the corners or the wing. It's the middle that's going to be open all the time, right there. You don't want the ball right there because it's a trapping opportunity. You want the ball somewhere in the middle.
JV Mokon was fouled, and Calvin Abueva
Six foul.
will foul out of the ball game. So, JV Mokon,
It's a goal for Calvin.
pressure is all on him to make 2 free throws. If he makes 2, that could be all the difference in this game.
Correct. If he makes 2, then the pressure is on Magnolia to score 2 or 3 and to make a stop.
Mokon drains the first one with confidence. Of course, there's still a couple of timeouts that Magnolia can use to try and increase their chances.
And Rain or Shine has no timeout, so they should know that if Magnolia makes a basket, they should know what press break to run.
Mokon is a 71% free throw shooter. And he misses the second. Chance for Magnolia to force another OT game. It feels like they enjoy those games, Coach.
Right? Overtime.
Let's see if they can force this one or if Rain or Shine can hold on. Again, the best defensive team in the league trying to stop the Magnolia Hotshots from Bansang Manok. Take a look at this. So 71% free throw shooter. And he misses the second, talking about JV Moko. And he knew that if he made that one, that could have iced the ball game. But now, an opportunity to tie it all up with the Magnolia Hotshots Pambansang Manok. They have a Paul Lee. They have a Mark Baroka. Other players in that team have known to be hitting big threes as well. Let's see who they go with. And Misi checks in. He's a known shooter from the UAAP, trying to replicate that here in the PBA as well. Rome De La Rosa can hit a 3 too. So, how does Magnolia play this? Or will Rain or Shine foul immediately to force 2 free throws, Coach?
That would be interesting to see what the philosophy of Gabino is and the philosophy of Coach Chito, whether he will go for the 3 or the quick 2. Those are decisions that the coaches make in a given situation, and it's very interesting to see what what they do. I'll always go for the quick 2, but if the 3 is open, then I'll take it. If I was defense, I won't foul.
Mark Baroka hit the deck after that screen.
Now that's too long. Now this is too long.
Paul Lee finding Misi. Misi, no good.
Almost.
And Sangalang gets the bucket, asking for a foul. That will not do it. And either way, it looks like Rain or Shine will escape with the victory.
I mean, that was interesting. It was too long, but still, Paul Lee attacked the basket. What was surprising was Rain or Shine collapsed from the drive when they should have been defending the 3. But because of tendency, they like to give up the shot. That's what they gave up, the shot from the outside.
Either way, Ian Sangalang's bucket will not count because it did not release before the end of the buzzer. On a score 75-72 in favor of the Rain or Shine Elasto Painters. Much needed victory, Coach, for them. And if you're Coach Chris Gavina, this was an ugly game, especially in that first half, but they got the job done.
Well, just remember that every time Rain or Shine wins, it's going to be an ugly game because their scores will be low. It's not going to be a scoring game. It's going to be a very deliberate, slow tempo, conservative kind of game. But that's the way Coach Gavina thinks that he can win. He can keep himself of giving a chance to win the game.
Our next ever player of the game is JV Mocon, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, and very, very well deserved, Coach. Talk about JV Mocon's performance. 19 points to his name, as well as 8 rebounds and 2 assists. Sure, he missed that 1 free throw, but let's talk about what he's done either way. Rain or Shine now at 5-4 in the standings. A much-needed victory. Magnolia Hotshots fall to 6-3. They had the chance to secure their spot in the quarterfinals had they won. Not happening today, but both these teams, both Magnolia and Rain or Shine, will now go up against San Miguel and the Northport Batangier to end up their elimination round. Now let's tune in to Coach Chris Gavina and JV
Joining
Moko.
us are Rain or Shine Elasto Painters head coach Chris Gavina and our best player of the game, JV Mokon. Congratulations on your win po. JV, marami kang points na nabigay ngayon sa team mo, tsaka marami kang na-contribute. Ano yung pinag-uusapan nyo ni Coach going to this game?
May mga good and bad games ako, so Coach is just preaching na I just keep playing and learn from my mistakes. It's collective effort, collective win tong game na to. We really need this so badly to enter the playoffs. Coach has been preaching confidence, staying as a team, togetherness. So ito yung result dun.
Okay. Coach, your team has ups and downs this conference. How are you motivating your team each and every game to be consistent to your game plan?
You know, we have a saying, like JV said about being confident. I was asked today, is there a sense of panic on our team? And I said, it's not in our culture. Fear to us is means face everything and rise. So in practice, guys really hold each other accountable, and it comes down to the little details, especially in big games like this against a Magnolia team that was playing extremely well, and your margin of error against a team like that is very minimal.
Coach, talk about the contribution of Leonard Santillana.
Santi's been a revelation for us, to be honest with you. We knew the amount of work ethic he possessed, but his ability to just rise his game up as the games get bigger and bigger has truly shown as our season comes along, and it's an added luxury on my part to have such a very high potential output kind of player and rookie in Santi.
Take a look at the highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. JV Mokon getting it done early with the steal and the flush. JV Mokon, coach, we were talking about it earlier, and he leads the team in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. The only player in the PBA to lead his entire team. And his performance, as well as the performance of Santi Santillan, which Coach Chris mentioned a while ago, really proved to be the difference maker in this game in particular.
Yes, Mokon being consistent, he's there. The surprising performer here was Santi Santillan and James Yap also. And James Yap also contributed a lot.
Of course, James Yap scored his own share, 16-13 after that first quarter. This first half in particular that we're watching right now, it wasn't necessarily the prettiest half, considering how difficult it was for everyone to score. We were talking about James Yap a while ago, coach, and here is how he got his buckets. No threes, but so many moves, almost a million, some might say. We're talking about James Yap, and they were able to weather the occasional barrages from guys like Paul Lee, Mark Baroka, and Calvin Abueva.
Well, you know, James Yap, if he's not shooting threes, he has other arsenal in his offensive moves. Like he had the layup, he had the one-on-one move, he had the backdoor cut. That's why he's James Yap, and he's still there.
So Rain or Shine had the lead, the slight advantage over Magnolia in the second quarter at the end of the first half, and we take a look at JV Mokon and the way that he's attacking here. But in this third quarter, despite JV Mokon scoring 12 in the third, the Magnolia Hotshots actually found a rhythm, especially because of Ian Sangalang.
Yes, Ian Sangalang was the most consistent player in this game. Every time that he touched the ball or every time that Coach Chito went to him, he was able to score or he was able to pass for an assist.
Here in the fourth quarter, we saw a lot of players step up in a big way for Rain or Shine. Bo Belga getting his buckets, Rain Ambatak forcing this pass to Norbert Poldi at his expense, unfortunately. And we even saw Leonard Santillan find ways to get it done. And Misi, take a look at this last possession. Missed that one, and Sangalang could not get the bucket off on time or get a foul either way. So, Magnolia fall in their chance in their quest to secure their quarterfinal berth, and Rain or Shine still alive here, Coach.
Well, that's why I don't think Magnolia played great defense because Rain or Shine averages 74, 75 points a game anyway, which they gave. If they played great defense, then they should have scored less than 75 points.
Up next, the NLEX Road Warriors take on the TNT Tropang Giga. We can't wait to bring that to you here on PBA Rush. My name is Paul De Rosario alongside Coach Jong Wichico.